Hey community, this is Dr. Hugh coming at you again today, and this is episode number 47 of True Health Recovery. And today what I want to do is, I don't really have any real clinical gems that I want to talk about today, but what I do want to talk about is healing and what I would call my definition, or how I work with clients. And what I mean by healing is, first of all, when people come to me, people think I have a certain protocol. Like I have this protocol because you were hurt by antibiotics, or I have this protocol that because you have fibromyalgia, or you have mitochondrial problems, or leaky gut problems. What's the protocol? And the truth of the matter is, I don't have any protocols. What I have is individual guided, tailored programs that meet your specific needs. Now, when it comes to the healing, this is the way I look at healing. Is God put the most amazing healing power in your body. If you're listening to this right now, and if you're suffering, if you have some kind of chronic health condition, there is something that's interfering with your God-given healing ability to heal. It's really comes down to being that simple. When we talk about healing, or when we talk about any kind of principle in life, the simplest principle, the simplest mechanism is always the best mechanism to go forward with. Anything that gets to be really complex is clunky and is usually not very efficient. So one of the things is, when my clients come to me, the first thing I want to talk about, or one of the first things I want to talk about, is who does the healing and where does healing come from? And I always like to say this is, God put the most amazing healing power in your body. In order for a cut to heal, in order for you to breathe, in order for your heart to beat, in order for your digestive system to work, we have to acknowledge that there is some higher beingness, some higher power. Call it spirit, innate intelligence, call it God, whatever term that you want to put onto that spiritual healing, that is far higher, it's far superior than myself. Whatever you want to put on that, that's what we're going to call it. That's what I am talking about. Every one of us has cut our finger, and we've never thought to ourselves, that cut, heal, cut, heal, right? That automatically just healed. Now, when you look at all the mechanics, all the physiology on healing your finger, which, all the scientists have all figured, they've come up with their hypothesis on how all this works, right? And there's mechanism, there's inflammation comes in and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's the power, it's that spiritual beingness that is directing everything for that cut to heal on your finger. So I like to say to my clients is, I don't do the healing. You do the healing. What my job is to come along and figure out, as a guide, to figure out to the best of my abilities, right? I'm a human being. I don't get everyone better. Not everyone that comes to me gets better. People come to me and they do my program and they do my curriculum and I work my butt off. There's one thing I can guarantee this, is when clients come to me, I can guarantee this, that I'll work very, very hard, and I'll try to uncover every stone that hasn't been turned over to figure out if that one stone is hindering your God-given ability to heal and function. That's the one thing I can guarantee. And I do that with all of my clients. Now, the one thing I cannot guarantee is that you'll get better. That's just out of my power. There are people that have come to me, and I've tried to turn every stone that I know to be turned over, and they don't get better. And that's just the reality of life. But one thing I can do is I can go to bed and I can put my head down on the pillow and I can say, you know what? I worked really, really hard at trying to get this person better. I didn't leave anything on the table to get this person better. That's what I can guarantee. Now, let's get back to your healing, because if you are listening to this podcast, you're probably healing. So somewhere here, there's going to be an opportunity for you to get a hold of me and see if we can work together as a guided plan to figure out what's hindering your God-given ability to get well. So when we look at these cases, when we look at these different labs, like labs are just your fishing net. You throw out these different fishing nets, the labs, you reel them in, and you kind of figure out like what's hindering your inborn doctor and why you're not healing. So for example, if I roll in this fishing net and you have mold and you have no idea that you have mold, mold is a neurotoxin. Mold is a neuroinflammatory process. Mold causes chronic inflammation in your body. So what do? Well, there's a lot of things that we can do. Is it in your house? Do we need a detox? But at the end of the day, if there's mold there and we try and decrease the mold, the mold load in your body, and there's a variety of things that we can do to do that. But let's say we do that, and now the God-given healing potential is not dealing with mold. Well, now your spiritual beingness heal you, right? I'm getting excited because this is where healing comes in. This is where healing comes in, is we figure out what small things, could be small, could be big. Like if someone comes to me and their mold should be less than 200 and it's 40,000, which I've seen that, ding, ding, ding. That's telling me like that's a huge interference with that God-given spiritual healingness that's going to allow your body to heal and function. Like we found something, right? There's something there. So then if you could not totally eliminate it, but let's say you reduce the load by 50%, is that load, that mold load being reduced by 50%, is that enough to allow your inborn doctor to heal itself? It might be for you. It might be. Okay, now let's take another example. Let's say we have, I'm just going to throw a case out there, is we have a female, let's say 45 years old. They have mold. They have, this is very common. They have mold, they have low blood pressure, and they are hypoglycemic, and they are sensitive to, let's say, lectins, which are in nuts, right? Nuts are healthy for you. Almonds are healthy for you. And this person goes out and they try and do complex therapies. I mean, there's a lot of the medical system is complex. That's why it's broken. That's why that's why people don't get better. Maybe that's why you're sick right now, is because the system is so complex that it's like, hey, it's too complex, right? But let's get back to this gal, 45-year-old female. So let's say we handle the mold. And let's say we figure out her blood pressure, she's has low blood pressure. Let's say we try and increase the blood pressure. And let's say we don't normalize the blood pressure, but we increase it a little bit. And then she's hypoglycemic, and we figure out why she's hypoglycemic, and we try and handle that. Not like everything needs to be like 100%, like a normal human being, right? But if you normalize it, or I don't know if normalize is the right word, if you try and put some corrective action in there to change the outcome, to make it better from where it is. If you make it better from where the baseline is to some degree better, right, then you have all these small little things. I call it a polytherapy approach. So if you have a polytherapy approach, and let's say you find 5 or 6 different things that aren't working right, aren't functioning right, and you give the body what it needs, or you take away what's hindering it, for example, like mold, or maybe you're sensitive to almonds or cashews that have lectins in them, and you take that away, and then you start to normalize the blood sugar and the blood pressure, and maybe you're slight anemic. This is really common in women that are in their 40s, that they're slight anemic, and they have no idea, right? But if you handle these things, the God-giving healing ability, the same healing power that heals your finger, can start to heal your body, right? And then you have to acknowledge that healing power. That healing power is what's going to heal you. And that's like a power that's so significant, a power with massive, massive amounts of healing potential. Like medicine man can't make that up. They can't compete with that healing power. But if with a guided plan, have a little knowledge on how to access that power and to free that power up, to free that healing power up. So instead of at 20%, maybe you're at 30% of this healing power out of 100. I'm just making some of these numbers up out of 100%. But let's say you go from 20% healing capacity to 30% healing capacity, and that's enough. That 10% God-given healing capacity is enough to now allow your body to heal and function where it couldn't before, you're going to get your quality of life back. You're going to enjoy life back. You're going to enjoy activities back. You're going to enjoy your grandkids. Maybe you're going to enjoy living. Maybe you're going to enjoy your cabin. Maybe you're going to enjoy travel. Maybe you're just going to get up in the morning and say, damn, I feel good for the first time in a long time, and I never knew I could. Right? That's all possible. This is all possible with some guided, loving, caring help. So never underestimate your body's ability to heal and function. I've taken on cases, very, very tough cases. I'm like, well, where else is this person going to where else is this person going to turn? Let me take it on and see if I can move the needle. And lo and behold, they do. Right? And I could have said, this case is too complex. I don't think I can help you. I tell people this: as long as you're breathing, there's a possibility that you can get help. Let me say that again. As long as you're breathing, and if you're breathing, we know that power, that healing power, that God, that spirit, innate intelligence is a resident within your body. It hasn't left your body yet. So as long as you have that healing body and that healing power in your body, and if you're listening to this, you have it right now because you're listening to this, right? You're listening to this, so I know you have it. I know it's there. Now it's just a matter of, hey, can we figure out how to unleash that healing power so your body can heal and function? And over my 23 years of experience, like I'm a geek. I'm a professional geek. I listen to content, information all the time. This is scientific stuff, scientific stuff. But that scientific stuff is what it does is it can figure out where the body's weak, and when the body's stronger, then your body can heal. See, this is the philosophy change. It's not like the conventional system. Oh, you have depression. Here's Prozac. You have high cholesterol. Here's a Lipitor. Here's a statin medication. That is so monotherapy. It's so actually degrading to the human spirit. All right? And that's my viewpoint on it. And I've had my struggles. I lost 80 pounds at one time. I could barely read. I seen my dad die in the conventional system at 69 years old, 300 pounds on 14 medications a day. And no one's acknowledged that healing power. No one said that my dad's name was Weg. Weg, you can get better. There's a power within your body that heals your body. Let's figure out what's hindering with that power. All right. So with that being said, if you're listening to this, and you need help, reach out to me. If you're listening to this, I hope that you got something from this. People, one thing with the internet, this information is going all over the world. And if you've listened to any of my content, and it's helped you, I'm very, very thankful that information has helped you. It's kind of like a pebble in the ocean. Like you throw a pebble in the ocean. Does that affect the ocean? Yes. Does it affect the ocean to a very, very small degree? Yes. Right? There's people I've helped with these podcasts and with my content that I have no idea. Right? I threw a pebble in the ocean and it changed the ocean, but I can't physically see it. I didn't physically talk to you, but you got better. And if you're one of those people, I'm glad. Like that's why I do all this stuff here. So with that being said, I'm running about 13 minutes of this podcast. And remember, is where there is help, there is hope. Let me state that again. Where there is help, there is hope, with that acknowledgement of God created our bodies to be well. So let's figure out why you're not well. There's the help. And then if we figured out why your body isn't functioning well, then there's the help. So that being said, love you guys. Take care. This is Dr. Hugh.